Alright guys, so we are finally getting to it, the top 10s. Now, I did this at the start of 2019, and people have, constantly asked me every second, all the time, when am I going to start doing these top 10s for 2020? So, here we are. We're going to go ahead and start with top 10 EZAs. Now, one thing I want to really stress before we get into this is that, a tier list or top 10s or something like this is very heavily opinionated. No one is ever going to create one of these, and then people are going to be like, oh, that's a great list. No, I'm going to make this, and everyone's going to say I'm the biggest, moron in the world, right? That's just the way these go, so keep that in mind, right? This is sort of how I'm feeling, right now at the moment with these top 10 EZAs. I do plan on doing a couple of these, top 10 TURs. That probably will not include EZA units in there, though, to, sort of kind of, split them up a little bit, right? Because otherwise, Int Janemba is going to be in there at, 2 or 3 or something like that. We're just going to get so much crossover. I'll probably do, top 10 LRs. Obviously, Kale and Khalifa will be 1. I'm sorry. Gohan and Goten will be 2. Some of these, even this top 10 EZAs, if I started at the top and work my way down, I'm sure people could probably guess, who, 1, 2, and 3 are and stuff like that, as we move down. But then, once we start to get to the mid-range, 5 to 10, maybe then, at that point, it's just really, who you like better, right? Now, the way I'm sort of building these top 10 EZAs, is I want to kind of make it to where it's, how good are these units across the entire game? I don't want to give too many points to a certain unit, based upon, how good they are in a certain, mode, one specific mode or something like that. But, how good they are across all of them, right? I think is sort of how I want to do this. Really, the number 10 slot, I don't know. It's just, dude, the EZAs, they're all so good. I didn't put every single EZA here, obviously, right? This is just a few. I did also toss a couple random ones in here, SCR Gogeta is not one of the top 10 EZAs, but I wanted his picture here, so we're going to rock that. Now, for number 10, I decided to go with Goku Black, right? I found this Goku Black to be tremendously powerful. He's able to have really good attack and defense, and he is able to greatly lower attack as well, which is just, very, very solid. He's got, of course, the really, really good links, and he's on several really good category teams, right? He's good in a lot of places. Legendary Goku event, he's a physical type unit. He works really well. He works really well in Super Battle Road with his attack lowering. He gets the extra 5% attack and defense for Goku family category enemies, which is, pretty prevalent throughout the game. So I am going to put Goku Black at 10. Now, I had some real difficulties. I was, really caught between Broly and Goku Black. I decided to go with Goku Black, but, I feel like Broly could be in that 10 slot, right? You could just bump him in there. It's not really that big of a deal, but Broly is also really good with the way his attack and defense will carry over across, all these modes, right? Super Battle Road, Dokkan events, all of them, he works really good. He's on several good teams as well. I think those two units are close, but one important thing to remember is that the global version of Goku Black does exist. Now, I'm more so gearing this towards the JP version of this character. He does give 3 key on global, which is nice, but that's not really why he's so much more OP. It's this. On global, he has 18,000 attack, as opposed to, 16,000 something on JP? Yeah, it's a huge difference. It makes him hit so much harder, and he just looks absolutely silly. So for the number 9 unit, we're going to go ahead and go with STR EZA Cell. Now, again, I found that STR EZA Cell is incredibly... I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. STR EZA Cell is incredibly good across, every single one of these modes, right? He stacks attack and defense, which is great for Dokkan events, great for the Legendary Goku event. He heals... and even on his 11 key super where he heals, he's still stacking attack and defense. So that's obviously very, very beneficial. He has good attack and defense at the start of turn with his 100% attack buff, 50% defense. He gets extra attack and defense with 6 or more key spheres, which activates immediately, by the way. So if you get the 6 key spheres, you could have him in slot 1. He gets his extra defense. Then for something like Super Battle Road, he lowers all enemies' attack by 20%, which is really good. But I have found that Cell, can get slapped around in Super Battle Road a little bit, even with this ability of his active. So that is something to keep in mind. Another real reason I have to have Cell in this list is his great links. Here's the thing. Starting at this point, a lot of these units really are packed very closely together. I have Cell at 9, but I feel like Cell could be, as high as 3, right? it's insane. Even like Broly, like if you had made a list and Broly was at like 5, like I probably wouldn't be like, oh, that's insane. That's so crazy. Like, no, it's like these units are really close. Like they're all so busted. Like EZAs are just insane, right? So next we have this EGL Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Now, here's where I feel like people are there's people out there who are already tuning out and they're like, wow, you are a moron. But I love this Vegeta. I think he is just absolutely incredible. He doesn't do the most amount of damage, but he is a really good mix of offense and defense that carries over across every single one of these modes, right? In EZAs, he would be great. Dokkan offense, he's great. Battlefield, he's great. Super Battle Road, he's great. Like, because all it takes is, him to get hit, like, once, 2, 3 times, and then get a super attack off. And then all this extra defense from his passive, from his super attack, then his start of turn defense, then his just high stats naturally at almost 12,000 defense, which is really high. That's like LR level right there. He's just so uber defensive. I find him very, very good. He has solid, of course, Saiyan links. He's even got Revival, so you could toss him into that revived warrior team. Again, this is another unit who, even though I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't even consider him for their top 10, I feel like you could bump him up, like, way up as well. Like, he could be even higher than we've got him right now, right? He's very, very good. Next, I do have AGL Super Vegito here. Now, I find myself unbelievably disappointed by AGL Super Vegito. I'm sorry, I do. I just, he really could have been better than Kale and Caulifla. But, like, the other units in front of him, I don't know. It's just, the thing about Vegito is that of this list, of these top 10 EZAs, right? I'll give you all spoilers that Janemba's 1. That's not a shock, right? But, like, you will have turns where Vegito will look twice as good as Janemba. Like, he'll just... It's unbelievable what this Vegito can do. But then you'll have turns where this guy is a joke. Like, if you're going up against a boss with a lot of defense and you don't get crit counters, Vegito isn't really hurting him. And he does do good damage, because he's SA 15 now. He's got his immense, 35% little extra attack buff right there. Like, he's always past, like, 1 million attack stats, so he's going to do decent damage. But, like, it's just, if he just had just a little bit more attack, I don't know, if he had, like, 60% attack or something like that, like, I feel like he'd just be way more valuable. And, like, they put this on him, this little foresee enemy super attack when HP is 40% or less. And I've seen this like 3 times or something like that. Like, it's just not very relevant. But one thing I do need to point out is he does have Prepared for Battle and Shocking Speed. Obviously, tremendous. Again, I feel like, the numbers guys over on the Dokkan subreddit probably losing their minds because I'm sure AGL Super Vegito, like, a lot of people would have him top 3. Like, even though he is a little bit disappointing, you could probably put Vegito, like, you could make the case that Vegito might be number 1, the best EZA, even better than Janemba. Like, I think Janemba's better, but I feel like you can make the case for AGL Super Vegito. He's very good. I mean, no matter what, that 80% damage reduction from normals will always be relevant. Like, he'll always be runnable. He'll always be usable. He'll always be good with that, right? Oh, and I should mention, some of these units' leader skills, too, are good for Dokkan Battlefield. Like, this guy has a great leader skill for Dokkan Battlefield. Most of these EZA units that we're rocking here do. So that is, like, sort of some extra bonus points for them as well, right? So next we have Merge Zamasu. Merge Zamasu, honestly, has kind of blown me away. I was not expecting him to be as good as he is. I found that, even though he does not get a defensive buff besides this 50% he gives to Extreme Class Realm of Gods category allies, I found it just doesn't matter. Like he is able to do really good. Now, a big factor of this, like, I have Merge Zamasu in this spot, but that is provided you have him linked up with this bad boy right here. You get these 2 Zamasus next to each other. They share the same exact link set. So they've got, 65%, I believe, attack from links. This guy's reducing damage by 40%. He's healing. This guy's giving him extra defense and stuff like that. Like, they're just a ridiculous combo. They work incredibly well together. They're very, very powerful together. And honestly, that, I think, sort of gives me that Merge Zamasu right there at 6. I do think Merge Zamasu's presence does also help this Physical Goku Black. The reason I have Physical Goku Black down there below some of these other units, by the way, is that Physical Goku Black can do crazy damage. He can lower attack. He could do good things. He's got good links, but sometimes he could struggle a bit defensively. So, that's kind of why I have some of the other units in front of him, right? But definitely a big fan of this Merge Zamasu. So next I have Metal Cooler. Now, again, I can, I understand a lot of people probably aren't going to be, oh, here, let me, yeah, I guess because I'm not zoomed in enough. Okay, Metal Cooler at 5. I do really like Metal Cooler. I just find him so massively useful in all these teams, right? So he's one of these support type units that has like a nice start of turn buff, 50% attack and defense. Then you look at his stats, 16,000 attack, 11,000 defense. So his stats are just really, really good there. Then he gives all allies 30 attack, and then extreme class allies get 3 key, 40% defense. You look at the amount of teams, you could just toss him in there, and he's really good. And he's strong enough, sufficient enough, that he, like, Super Battle Road, he's great. Battlefield, he's great. Maybe like EZA, you don't want to use him quite as much. Maybe in the Legendary Goku event, towards the end of it, he can struggle a little bit, but he really will help a lot of teams out. I mean, I don't know, maybe you could move Metal Cooler down a bit. Like, I don't know, maybe on the fly, I might just do this real quick. I might do bam, bam, bam. Like, maybe I'll just readjust it to this, right? That actually feels a little bit better. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's like I really do like that Metal Cooler. But thinking about how much better Vegito and Zamasu can be defensively at times. I mean, Zamasu and Cooler, I think they are about the same, because Cooler does not have big bad bosses, whereas Zamasu does. You get big bad bosses active. That's huge for Zamasu. But I probably, it's just Vegito, that defensive ability of his is really outstanding. And then Cooler versus Vegeta. I feel like I do run Cooler more often than Vegeta. Maybe because, like, there's less villains, whereas there's a lot of, like, good hero options like Vegeta that can sort of be defensive and stuff like that. So I think I do kind of like Metal Cooler there. Vegito, Zamasu. Maybe I could swap Vegito and Zamasu, but I do kind of, I kind of like that. That works good. That works good. All right, so next we have this physical Super Saiyan Goku right here. I have adored this unit since he first came out. They made him, like, I would almost say, like, too good, honestly. With the ability for him to get the 70% chance to stun, 50% chance to crit, and you can easily get in a 40% chance to additional. That makes him so powerful in a lot of these modes, right? Super Battle Road, Dokkan events, he completely dominates. Battlefield, he'll be good because you can still get a lot of stunning. There's a lot of bosses that can be stunned in there. He is good in the Legendary Goku event because, of course, he is a physical type unit, and he's got either the 50% or the 70% chance to crit during the STR UI Goku phase, so he's going to be really good there. His defense is okay. It's nothing crazy, right? But he's got 10,000 defense, and then he's either going to have the 80% or the 100% there. But regardless, he will be able to hold up fine. I do like this guy. With all of his crits, additional stuns, he becomes incredibly valuable and very, very strong. At this point, I feel like the top 3 is probably pretty obvious. I mean, I feel like I don't even use this guy or talk about this guy very much. But, I mean, he's just that strong. Like, it's just STR Gogeta. Like, it's almost like it's very quiet. Like, he has the 77% attack and defense. I mean, this man's stats, he's the only non-LR over 20,000 attack. The only one in the game. Every other unit in the game that has over 20,000 attack is a LR. So, like, that puts him in very, very rare air. Like, I believe he might have more attack than LR Kale and Khalifa even. Let me just double check this. I believe he does. LR Kale and Khalifa, I think they're at, like, 20,000. Yeah, 200 or 20,020. This guy has more attack than LR Kale and Khalifa. Like, it's just very impressive. He is super effective against all types as well, which allows him to hit way harder than the attack stats show. He does lower attack as well. He is one of these prepared for battle and fierce battle units. All 4 of these teams, he's obviously, damn near one of the best options you can run. I mean, he's just that strong. Like, I got no problem putting him in at 3. He's definitely stronger than this Goku, and I do feel like he's more impressive. He seems more impressive to me than Vegito, but obviously Vegito is going to be better defensively. You guys know how much I like defense, but something about this Gogeta at the 3 spot just feels right. And then 2 and 1 are, very, very obvious. I mean, everyone could have guessed exactly who I was going to have at 2 and 1. I've been touting these 2 as the defensive terrors of Dokkan for a long time. Both of these 2 defensively are just, like, rare. Like, because even Vegeta, right? Vegeta has to get hit a couple of times. He's got a super attack for his defense to kick in. LR Kale and Khalifa, the best defensive unit in the game, turn 1 on Super Battle Road can get slapped around. LR AGL Gohan, one of the best defensive units in the game. Turn 1 in Super Battle Road can get slapped around. LR Gohan and Goten, another one of the best defensive units in the game. Turn 1, they can get slapped around. Janemba and Golden Frieza, you toss them out turn 1 and they don't take nothing. They're incredible. I honestly, like, I almost feel like you could potentially have Frieza at 1 because his damage reduction is just so powerful. But once you fall below 50% HP, you know, he does still have 50% damage reduction, but he can be slapped around very hard. I also think his links are inferior to Janemba's. Janemba has one of the best link sets in the... I mean, look at this. Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Metamorphosis, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Fierce Battle. The thing about Janemba and Gogeta, both of them have damn near the best link sets in the game. That's another reason that makes both of them so good. STR Gogeta only has 6 links, but, you know, that's why when Int Gogeta gets his EZA, he has that 7th link experience fighters, which is obviously very, very good. So, I mean, there we go. There's my top 10 EZAs. Again, you very easily could take, like, STR Cell and put him at, like, 3, right? Or, like, I don't know, STR Gogeta, you probably could drop down to, like, 7. Like, this is so close. I mean, looking at some of these other options here, like this Broly, you very easily could get in at the 10 spot. Like, no doubt about that. This Gotenks, like, I don't want to downplay him at all. You know, he's busting out, like, a high 2 million attack stat a lot of the time. He seals, and then he gets defense every single time he super attacks. Really, really good unit. Goten is good. Oh, I really like Omega, but Omega, it's basically just the full power team, right? Whereas a lot of these units you could use on several different teams, Omega is limited really to just one team, so that's what hurts him. Blue Kaioken Goku is incredible, but it's just like pure damage with him. He does have an okay defensive stat, but it's just only damage. You know, I don't really... I mean, this Vegeta is sort of only defense, kinda. But his defense is so good that I feel like he's in a good spot. Broly's really good, but, you know, he needs time to build up. He can get hard in Super Battle Road, some of these other places. You know, Tech EZA Cell is great. Full Power Frieza hits ridiculously hard, but, you know, defensively he could struggle a little bit. Kid Boo's really good, but I feel like Kid Buu I'd like better if he gave Ki even when under 80% HP. I feel like that would make him a lot more valuable. Some of these other units are really good, right? EZA Rage Trunks is also really good. I don't know. You could probably even just swap EZA Trunks with that Metal Cooler. Like, again, I really want to stress that a lot of these units are just very, very close. Here, let me zoom out as much as I can so we can get the full list. Yeah, there we go. So there's what I decided. Get your screenshots in to mock me as much as you want. I am definitely looking forward to seeing the comment section for this. But here's what I'll finish up with. I don't know which one I'll do next. Maybe top 10 LRs, top 10 TURs, top 10 free-to-play units. I don't know. Maybe I'll even do, like, top 10, like, you know, I'll do, like, top 10 EGL units, SCR units, stuff like that. Like, we'll see what I decide to do. I'll probably keep doing it in this format, like this tier list maker, and then, you know, top 10 like that. Because then it's just very easy to have a nice, clean, like, top 10 that we can visualize here at the end of the video. So, again, let me know what you guys think of it. There was the top 10 ECAs. I mean, Janemba remains king. What can I say? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.